Okay, quick video here on how to install a local LLM into your Mac Studio or local device, whatever it is. If you didn't watch my previous videos, go watch those. They're actually really funny, really bad. I wasted a lot of money. So hopefully this video can help you guys not waste money. So what I have here is a Mac Studio. I should just show you guys. I'm running this on a Mac Studio 98 gigabyte M3 Ultra, startup disk this, whatever. So with this information, you can see based on what your device is, what you can and can't be running on it. So if you're trying to download a local LLM that's like 50 gigabytes, that's fine if you have a total of 98 or 96 like I do. But if you're trying to, do not do what I did, where if you have a Mac Mini with 48 gigabytes of unified memory, which is the same as, do not download one and buy it for the purpose of a 40 gigabyte LLM. That's just not possible. Now I know that. I broke the computer last time I did that. So we're gonna be downloading whatever Claude suggests is the best one to download. And then with that, we're gonna try to see why you might wanna do a local model compared to just like running it on the cloud, as you are probably now with your Openclaw with Claude or OpenAI or KimiK or Minimax or whatever. So, like I said, watch this video before you go out and buy a Mac Studio. If you buy the 96 gigabyte one, whatever one you install needs to be at least below 80 gigabytes total, because if you don't, you're gonna get cooked just like I did. So it's important to note why I have this set up like this. So you can see here that we have Claude Opus 4.6, just regular Chrome, talking to Claude about what we're going to be doing, because on this channel we don't type, we use Whisper for typing, but here we're just going to be copying and pasting from Claude to here. So whatever I put here based on my specs is what you should also be putting there based on your specs. But do not just try to figure it out yourself. Unless you're super smart, you're going to waste a lot of money and probably mess something up. So you can see here, I gave it my setup. I'm talking to it in a project as well. This is the Medea project. So it has context to every single thing. It knows about my other two agents. It knows about what I'm trying to do. It knows about my goals, etc. So make sure that you tell it. You can see here that this is for my CMO Gale. The goal of this local LLM that I'm running on this Mac Studio isn't to like, I don't know, learn, I don't even know what other people do it for. It's not for anything like coding. It's for like marketing. I want it to be able to find problems on the internet. I want it to be able to help me generate images and videos. I want it to be running a local LLM 24/7 for free to do this. And I don't want it to be like costing API credits from other, cloud-based stuff if I don't need to. My goal is to have this Mac Studio run 24/7, feed my other two agents very foundational problems that it found on Reddit, Product Hunt, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, other places, and then create apps for it and websites for it with the other two agents. This one itself is not the one that does the apps and making it and stuff like that. No, it's the one that feeds it to Medea that's running Opus 4.6, and it also feeds it to Andre, as you can see here, that's running KimiK 2.5. This one right here is the marketing head of whatever product that these three decide to create. So based on your context and what you're trying to create, make sure that you feed as much information into your Claude or whatever it is that you're interfacing with to make sure that you know what you're doing. You can see here, this is the vibe that we're going for. The Mac Mini that's running on the 48 gigabyte one that does not have a local model. Now I know you can't do that. That is the one running Claude Opus 4.6. That's the CEO and builder. This one right here is the 98 gigabyte one, CMO and content, and then the Windows that's running KimiK is the scanner. So just keep in mind, what exactly do you want to do here? What is the vibe that you're going for? And based on that, that's how you're going to choose what local LLM you're going to install. So basically 98 gigabytes, RAM needed is 36. This one for Quen is 45. Again, these might not be the best models you want to run, but I love that Chinese tech. I'm in a very Asian part of my life right now. Anything Asian, I'm for it. Quen sounds good to me, but also DeepSeek sounds good to me. But you can see, based on your requirements, based on your specs, your hardware, what you want to do with it, your vibe, that is what you should be choosing. Just because I chose this for me doesn't mean you should choose it, so choose what you want. You can always change it later. It's not the end of the world if you choose the wrong one. Here, I'm sure I'm going to choose the wrong one. So it's up to you. Choose whatever you want. One thing you need to understand, though, just because you download a local model doesn't mean that it has every single thing that you want to do. For example, for image generation, I need Flux. For YouTube video transcription, I need Whisper. For other stuff like music or other stuff like creating video generation, that's not very possible to do on my thing that I'm running. So some of these will need to be API calls. Some of these will need to be cloud-based, and that's okay. So the vibe that we're making here is this. We're going to be downloading this local model into the thing as the brain. We're going to be using this for image generation that costs this much gigabytes and stuff like that. Whisper for YouTube transcription, so we can transcribe YouTube videos and create content ideas from there. I don't have to watch it then. And then this, I don't even know what this is, I'm not going to lie to you. But it looks like here, out of the 90 gigabytes that we're running, to download these four things, it's going to cost 50 to 60 gigabytes of RAM. Again, if something is 98, do not fill it up to 90. I learned that the hard way. It needs to have like 30% breathing room or it will get cooked. Just remember that. So I'm gonna choose this. Don't choose this because I did, but now let's just go through and install it. So I know it helps when I watch people do stuff like this, but we're basically just doing a bunch of copying and pasting. It's not the craziest thing in the world. You have to install Ollama. Ollama is basically the thing that you run these local models like out of to download with. So whatever local model you're running, you're most likely going to be using something like Ollama to download it. This is a fresh computer here. I haven't done anything on here, so we're gonna have to download a bunch of stuff that your computer might already have if you're already doing stuff on it, like Openclaw type beat stuff. All right, so once you've started to download Brew, which is something that you need to download other stuff, again, a bunch of copying and pasting, we're gonna do the install of Ollama. You can see here it's installing Ollama and a bunch of other stuff. Once that's done, then we install a big file here, which is the local model that you're gonna be deciding to use. As you can see here, mine is gonna be a big file. It's about 20 gigabytes. Again, isn't the craziest, because if you think about it, those other big models that the guys with like the $10,000 Mac Studios are running, I don't even know how big them bitches are. But as we know, the unified memory is different than the storage. So if this says here that this is taking 20 gigabyte file, it means that it's taking that from the storage, not the RAM. To actively run these things is where that 96 gigabytes of RAM comes from. So if you have like a really big storage file, it doesn't mean that you could run a really big model. You need RAM, not storage, to run that. Okay, again, we're just following the steps here. So now we're gonna install Gale's Brain. If you know, you know. Why I chose the name Gale, by the way. Could not connect to blah, blah, blah. Ollama soap sauce. Again, I'm just pressing stuff here. Who knows? So again, just following whatever Claude is telling me to do here. I just ran Ollama serve and in the background, so it keeps running in the background, which is cool. And then now it's downloading a 20 gigabyte file here. Let's see how fast the Wi-Fi is. This is a test. Just like we did in the previous one where I ended up breaking the Mac Mini, this one should not break the Mac Mini, hopefully. So yeah, let's install this. When it's back, we'll see how that goes. We've decided the model and now we've downloaded it. Now we need to download Openclaw and then we need to link it to whatever it is that you're going to be talking to these Openclaws from. So I use Discord. I think Discord is a really, really good place to do it. Telegram, Topics is good as well if you want to use Telegram, but I believe that Discord is really good because you can categorize it by channels, and having the channels be each individual project you're working on is a great idea. I haven't used Discord in like 10 years, but when you do it this way, it's actually really good. So you can see here that I typed this, how are we, what's up? You can see that all of this is downloaded. It was thinking, this is its thought process, and then it has a response here. So according to Claude, this like emoji fold response stuff is pretty generic. So to give it the personality that we want to give it, first we need to download Openclaw. Once Openclaw is live and running, then we can start feeding it files that shape its personality, its soul, its memory, etc. So let's do that right now. Okay, so now we're gonna download Openclaw, paste that in here. If you do cancel the actual running thing here, it's still on your computer, you're totally fine. And then when we like load this model that we've downloaded onto this Mac Studio into Openclaw to like what it's running from, we have to put this information in there. So based on whatever your thing is, it will be different, and that's okay. Again, in this channel, we don't think, we just copy and paste stuff, so it's not gonna be too hard to do this part. So while this is downloading, allow me to just say, my goal for this channel is 50,000 subs by the end of 2026. I am at 1,300, we are not close at all, so if any of these videos that I've been making about Openclaw or AI or blah blah, the glasses or whatever, are helpful in any way, you should sub to this channel. And if you're watching this on Twitter, you should follow me on Twitter. Something like that, because these videos take me hours to make. If you've been doing this, you're already used to this setup. This isn't the craziest thing in the world. Let's do custom provider. Let's do the base URL. I believe that if you're doing local models, you have to do custom provider because that base URL points it to like a local host basically. So let's fix that. API key, leave blank, or just do Ollama. Last time I did local, it did not work. I had to put like a dummy key, which is interesting. And then most of the time, if you're using Ollama, your endpoint compatibility will be OpenAI. And then the model ID will be this right here, or whatever it is that you're using. Paste. Verification failed. Fetch failed. Okay, so problem we ran into here on the top is that my Ollama died. So go back here, turn it back on, make sure whatever local model that you're running is on. So once that's on, it should work. Verification, blah, blah, blah. Model alias, will name this Gale, since Gale is the one using it, and that should be good for now. Go to Discord or whatever thing that you're trying to interface with these people from, get your Discord bot token. Okay, so once you're on here, you probably are used to this, but if you're not, go to the bot, the one that you're trying to add. So we're trying to add Gale. You can see here that this is the guy that I'm making. He's the CMO. So just like the other 3 or 2 that you're running, it'll be the same exact process. Go to bot, and then you need to reset this token. If you're trying to steal my token, don't worry, I already reset it, you idiot, so you're not gonna get it again, idiot. Verify, copy. And then once you've copied that, go to terminal, paste it here, configure channels, yes. Do open, do all of them, because we want that. Do this, and then skip for now, set API, no, and skip for now, installing gateway vibes, cool. Allow node to access my balls, sure. Wake up, my friend. So one mistake that you don't want to make that I always make because I'm retarded is pasting the wrong thing. So find this part here, control UI. You have to open it this thing here. This token that it shows here is what you need to paste into here to make this be connected. If you don't, you run into all sorts of stupid problems that you should not be running into. You need to allow bots to be true. Oh yeah, you need to do this. If you don't do this, your bots are not going to be able to talk to each other in Discord. Okay, so make sure that you do this. You can do this by simply like pasting it into here if yours is working. Mine isn't, so I'm going to go do that off camera. But you need to make sure allow bots is true. Because if it's not, they won't be able to talk to each other, and for some reason it's automatically set to no. So make sure that this is on. I cannot tell you how long this took me to figure out. It was so stupid, but yes, make sure that's on. So to get this like problem log from Openclaw, just do Openclaw logs follow. And once you do that, you'll be able to get the responses here of like every single thing that's happening with Openclaw. So if there's any errors, you'll be able to see it. You can see here that the agent failed before reply unknown model. So whatever we posted into the Openclaw was not right. So this might happen to you. That's why I'm including it in this video. Let's fix this. Like I said before, we don't use our brain on this channel. We just tell Claude to use its brain and help us to fix it, because we are just clankers. These guys are the real human beings. So let's open up a new tab and let's do the things that it's telling us to do. We actually don't use this type of editing because it's so ugly. Let's do this. All right, so once you have it open here, what you're gonna do is not copy this part. We're gonna copy this entire thing, paste it into here, and we're gonna tell him to do it for us. Update this so I can paste. Oh, okay, cool beans. So let it write the entire thing that it's supposed to look like here. And you can also double check here. It says allow bots. This is on, enabled, this is true. So the part of like actually talking to it is there, which is great. And then go get your bot token and then paste it here because it didn't do it for us, which is funny. Token, regenerate a new one. Nah. So do that and then let's do this. Okay, so once you have the updated thing, replace everything here with what it just gave you. Make sure you delete this part here though, because we don't want to have actual commands in there. That'd be a bad thing. Okay, so it stops the gateway, then it starts it again. You can see here that we still have a problem, so that's great. But I think the doctor should be able to fix this, which is cool. So have the doctor fix it. Let's see if that works. Okay, so we still have to fix this. So let's copy this again. Let's go back to, where did it go? Oh, open a new tab, paste this. This opens up this. Now let's take the new thing that it just wrote and bing, boom, bing. Replace every single thing. Make sure you delete this bottom part, because if you don't, you'll get cooked. Command save that thing. And then let's copy this bottom part. Beep, boop. Paste that. Should work. Okay, so once you go back and forth with Claude, there's another problem that I ran into, thankfully for you guys, so we could run into it as well. You can see here that it's looking for an API key, but we're running a local model, so it doesn't make any sense that we need an API key for this. All you need to do is make sure that you somehow tell Openclaw that it has its own thing. So you should have in here something like type is none, providers Ollama. Again, based on what you're doing, it might be a little different, but you need to save this. Okay, new problem, great. This is for when the context window is too small. So let's make this big. We're just gonna copy this. Paste it here. So the error that we got was something like this. The context window is too small. You can see here that it's 4096, minimum is 16,000. This is a problem I ran into with the other one as well, so it's not that crazy. Okay, so one interesting thing you're gonna have to do is kind of talk to your Claude about how much context you want to give it. So for me and the model that I'm running and the 98 gigabytes, they suggested that I do a context window of around 65K. Again, you can do around 130K, but if I was to do this, it would take up a lot of RAM. And since we're putting in a few more things into this, I don't want it to be all context, even though context number is important and it should be as high as possible, obviously. But now let's replace all this, save this, beep boop, and now let's do Openclaw gateway restart. This should fix it. If it doesn't, I'm gonna kill myself. And we are alive! And we know we're alive because we got the message back and because our memory being used is gonna be really, really high the first time this thing like turns on, so that's cool. And we also know it's working because here in the logs, we don't have any errors. So if you go back to the Openclaw logs follow, there are no errors here. Everything is working perfectly fine. Even Ollama says that it's working too, so that's cool. And we can see that this is working. And the more and more memory on this is going to be used. Because the first time you like activate the local model in your thing, it'll take up a lot of room, and then eventually it'll take up a little less, but it'll still take up a lot. So we have that running. So now comes the fun part of this. We're gonna give our guy a personality. We're gonna give him like a character, something that he talks like, what he does, what he's good at, what he's supposed to be doing, etc. So you can see here that based on what I told you before, I had my Claude create 3 different identity files for this guy, Gale. His #1 identity file is that he is the CMO, consumes trends, creative engine. Here's his nature. Here's the design standards. No AI gradients, no AI slop. If someone thinks it's AI, it's a failure, etc. So let's copy this, go to the identity here, open this bad boy up, and just replace everything here. Command save. Then let's also go to the soul file here. Let's copy everything here. Find that soul file here. Control V here. Save all this shit too. You can keep some of it because some of the like default soul file is pretty good. It's not the worst, but who cares? And you can see here in the user file, we have that I'm the founder, Madir's the CEO, you, Gale, the CMO, Andre, the other Openclaws. Here's what we're using, all this stuff. And here, that's what you should be doing. And then the user MD file is like everything you need to know about me. So anything that you want your guy to help you with, put into your user file. Okay, so after you drop in those identity files and stuff, let's restart the gateway here, and then let's do a new session. And you can see here now, his name is Gale. He has a sword. Okay, so now we're gonna add him as a bot to the same Discord that the other 3 live in. Okay, so have your Claude with your token ID make the link to add him in there. I don't know why, but when you get it from the direct Discord dev portal, it just doesn't work for some reason. So let's add him, authorize. Are you human? Sure. Put that in there. See if that works. God help us. Oh, he's here. There he is. Okay, cool. So he's been added. He's a member now. It just didn't show that he joined, which is okay. That's fine. So let's tag him. See if he's here. Gale, hi. He's here, he's alive. He's alive. Now let's make sure that the files actually work, but let's see if he responds first. Who are you? And who is Madir? What is your job? Hello, how can I assist you today? But he's still in there. Okay, yeah, so he's in here, he works, he's powered by the local model, all that stuff. So yeah, I hope this helps. This entire video took me hours to make. I hope it was like useful to you guys. So in this video, we went over a bunch of things. We went over what local model you should use and why, based on your specs, your reasoning, your personal things that you wanted to do, how to then install that local model onto your device. Once it's installed, how to connect it to Openclaw, how to install Openclaw, and then with that, how to connect it to a Discord bot, and then add it to your Discord where 3 or more Openclaws are living in. Once you have this set up there, you can now talk to all 3 Openclaws. They can talk to each other, and you can have them do anything. Stay subscribed, stay following on Twitter if you want to see the updates, and yeah, hope this video helped.